Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Derek Griffith, who was just announced today that he will be running part-time for Sam Hunt Racing. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. So how did this deal get put together? I know you've been running some stuff with the Toyota program and stuff when you were with KBM as well as Venturini in ARCA, also KBM and trucks. Well, how did this get put together?
It just we were working on some stuff for this year pretty hard, and we had some stuff fall through beginning of the year and or late last year, I should say, and just the way everything came together. We were talking with Toyota, and we asked everybody we could, what we should do, because we're not really into the scene down here as much as I probably could be, because being out of North Carolina, it's pretty tough to kind of know what's what and what's going on. And everyone led us to Sam Hunt Racing, and everyone just said, call Sam, figure it out. Let's see what we can do. So we ended up just falling on a deal, and it all came together with TRD, Sam, and Hudson Speedway as one of our primary sponsors. So it just kind of fell together, just like the last couple of deals I've had. They came together, in an oddball way for sure.
So of course this is your first time in the Xfinity series. It was just 2 years ago you were running part-time ARCA in one of those lollipop cars. Just kind of going into how the last few years have been for you. Really kind of since that ARCA East New Smyrna race, where a lot of people really kind of found out who you were.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a lot of opportunities coming up last couple of years, and I think our late model program is really good. And it's just so tough to run these other cars with no practice and no seat time. It was really difficult to try to progress in the sport when you show up to a racetrack like Gateway in a KBM truck. It's some of the best equipment, and no practice, just starting 11th at a racetrack you've never been at, a truck you've never been in. And, it's been a little difficult to do that stuff, but I don't know, man, I've just been really lucky the last couple of years, really. I think, a lot of people want to see me race, which I'm very thankful for. And I want to race. I've been working at this for a long time, and this is kind of like the pinnacle of anyone's, racing career, is these first few races at the highest level. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm very, very thankful and very lucky to be able to do this.
So going into this season, I know that you're going to be at Martinsville. You're going to be at your home track in New Hampshire. How many races do we plan on seeing you in a car, or has that really not been determined yet?
Yeah, we're still working on that. We're guaranteed at Martinsville. We're guaranteed at New Hampshire, and we got some other races that are in mind and that we're working on. So we'll, I'm sure we'll be releasing that as soon as we kind of get everything finalized 100%. But it seems like Sam wants to work with us, and all of his guys are excited and want it to happen too. So hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be racing a whole bunch with them.
So really kind of going into, with this opportunity, this is the first time you've raced in Xfinity. What's that kind of going to be like to go out and run an Xfinity car compared to all the other things that you've ran in the past?
I'd be lying to say if I wasn't nervous, for sure. But it's at the end of the day, it's a race car with a steering wheel, and we drive a ton of different kind of cars all the time, and I just got to get in there and do my job, and hopefully it's good enough to have everyone happy, Toyota happy, and SHR happy. But it's going to be one of those deals that I can't really remember the last time someone from the Northeast has really been at this level, other than Ryan Preece, and before that, I've been saying it since this has been released, is kind of like Ricky Craven, or late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, there's not really anyone from the Northeast that's really kind of been to this level. So I'm excited to kind of see the hype back home and what comes about from that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure what would it be like I know you've ran at New Hampshire in the past, but what's it going to be like to run an Xfinity car at the Magic Mile?
It's going to be pretty dang cool with Hudson Speedway on the side of the car at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, because Hudson Speedway, where I started racing at when I was 12 years old, is probably only about an hour south of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So it's it's going to be pretty fulfilling, I guess is the best way to say it. I mean, I've grown up in Hudson my whole life, and I raced at Hudson Speedway and been around the town my whole life. I got a business in town, everything. So to kind of have the support of home is big, and to come into a racetrack where I have a lot of laps at and some success at is going to be another thing that I'm kind of excited for. It takes a little bit of the pressure off me, because I've been there, I got experience there, and I think that'll help a lot.
Yeah. And also talk about what you're doing. Besides, I know this is not all your racing plans, but what else are you planning on doing this year in terms of other racing plans?
We don't have like a dead set schedule as of now. We're going to be running our super late model a lot. All the races we pretty much raced last year, Berlin, Money in the Bank, and Jennerstown, and probably the Snowball Derby again. Obviously, we'll be at Speed Weeks a week from today is when I'll land in Florida. We're going to be bouncing around, maybe running the Rattler. We'll be around. We're going to be racing a ton with our late model, and I think this is going to be a very busy year for me, and I'm extremely excited to kind of progress even more from where I was last year. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some of those marquee like crown jewel events on the schedule and race a little bit more.
All right. Well, Derek Griffith, congrats on the opportunity with Sam Hunt Racing, and good luck at the World Series of Asphalt next week.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right.